At a busy construction site, a large yellow excavator was operating deep within a pit with high, seemingly shored walls. As the machine continued its routine work, the reinforced wall on one side suddenly began to crack and violently collapse. A huge volume of earth and debris instantly poured into the pit, partially engulfing the excavator and sending personnel fleeing from the immediate danger. This incident highlights the critical and immediate risk of trench failure. Never ever allow work inside an excavation without a properly engineered shoring or shielding system in place. The earth does not forgive and can shift without warning. Safety in excavation work is non-negotiable. At a railway crossing, a man stood directly on the active tracks, seemingly ignoring the immediate danger. A fast-moving passenger train suddenly approached. This act of profound carelessness highlights the lethal risk of railway environments. This shocking incident underscores that railroad tracks are an absolute no-go zone. Never ever stand, walk, or linger on or near the lines. Trains move faster than they appear and cannot stop or steer to avoid impact. The force is unsurvivable. Always treat active train tracks as a high-risk perimeter and prioritize safety above all else. Recklessness near a rail line is a life-or-death mistake. At a construction site staging area, a worker stood next to a stack of large, heavy vertical panels that were inadequately secured. Without warning, the entire massive load tipped over with instant, overwhelming force. The worker instinctively tried to brace the falling material, but was immediately crushed beneath the weight. This horrifying event highlights the extreme danger of fall shadows and improper material storage. Never ever position yourself in the fall path of a heavy, upright load. Always assume unsecured vertical stacks will fail. Materials must be properly secured and braced, as attempting to physically stop a falling multi-ton load is a fatal mistake. Inside a busy commercial space, a woman was walking near the main entrance when the massive, heavy glass door suddenly gave way. Without warning, the entire glass panel tore away from its upper fixings and crashed down. The woman was instantly trapped and crushed beneath the overwhelming weight of the thick glass, turning a simple act of walking into a violent, immediate hazard. This horrifying incident highlights that no structural component is infallible. Building management and owners must conduct strict, regular inspections of all overhead and structural supports, especially heavy installations like commercial glass doors. A moment of structural fatigue can lead to a tragic collapse, proving that ongoing oversight and maintenance are the only safeguards. A worker was routinely traversing a narrow gap between two large stacks of heavy sheet piles, one load staged on the ground and another resting on a flatbed trailer at a construction site. Without any time to react, the immense stack of sheet piles on the adjacent trailer became unstable and violently shifted. The heavy steel sections immediately slid off the bed and collapsed, instantly trapping and burying the worker beneath the falling tonnage. This incident tragically underscores the critical hazard of poor load stability and unsafe work zones. All heavy materials must be secured with proper tie-downs and cribbing. Furthermore, exclusion zones must be strictly enforced, prohibiting personnel from entering the fall path or pinch points of potentially unstable loads.